Hey everyone, it's me, MasterJakeStudios, and today I'll be unboxing 2 pieces of toast. There we go, we're done.
Bread, the foundation of food, the carrier of carbs, the wild west of wheat.
All this for a loaf of bread?
Fresh dough baked into a loaf of starchy goodness, which has been represented very well in video games. Oh, well, we'll try a top 5 breads in gaming. In order for a bread to make it onto this list, they have to be a bread. Goodness me, this is boring. You know the rules, it's self-explanatory. Let's just start the list already.
It's actually a really good garlic bread. Garlic bread is my favorite food. I could honestly eat it for every meal. Or just eat it all the time without even stopping.
Garlic bread can be made in Elder Scrolls. Let us travel to the world of Skyrim. Sorry, not Skyrim. The add-on for Skyrim, Hearthfire. Now, in all honesty, I don't know too much about the Hearthfire add-on for Skyrim, but all that really matters for the relevancy of this list is the fact that it brings garlic bread into this mix of foodstuffs you can craft and eat. Finding the ingredients to make this garlicky, buttery, bready goodness is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Thing is, this garlic bread actually makes you disease-free. No joke. I didn't really expect there to be much to this bread, but there you go. There is some good to come out from garlic bread in the Elder Scrolls. Jesus was able to feed 5,000 people with 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. He broke them up into little pieces. However, there could have been a struggle with that had he been given 5 of these, the tough hunks of bread from World of Warcraft. Tougher than a gumboot. Breaking them into pieces would have been a challenge, and eating said pieces would have caused some serious dental injuries. A trip to the orthodontist, I'd say. You'd need King Arthur's sword to slice this bread. In fact, this hunk of bread is so tough that you actually have to remain seated whilst eating it. Although, perhaps, nothing in this entry is tougher than the actual task of justifying why it got a higher spot on this list than garlic bread. Bread carries a sentimental and personal value when you yourself have been involved in the creation of said loaf. It is because you put time and effort into making the bread, and therefore you should feel proud for having done such. So, let's talk about your typical first hour of classic Runescape. You're on Tutorial Island, you're learning the basics. One of the tasks is to make a loaf of bread. Now usually in Runescape to make bread you have to go through a pretty lengthy process. You have to actually pick wheat from a wheat field. Yes, the process actually goes way further back. You then go to a windmill to turn this into flour. You then use a bucket or a jug of water with that flour to make bread dough. Then you chuck it on a range to get a loaf of bread. Sure, the end result is a pretty boring loaf of bread, but don't get the wrong idea. It's the process of making it that associates your first memories of RuneScape with the seemingly mundane. Sentimental, bro. Some good memories, good memes, good memes. So far, we've only seen bread being used for its typical function, as food. And that's fair enough, because bread is food. But to see the Ratatouille video game turn bread into a series of obstacles, now that is admirable. There are many dream worlds in this game that turn food into obstacles, but this one is called Say Cheese, and it's filled with many varieties of breads and cheeses, but for now we'll only talk about the breads. Maybe I'll do top 5 cheeses at some point in the future and come back to this level to talk about the cheeses, but for now, just the breads, just the breads. I love the way that bread is not used just for platforming purposes, but also for aesthetic. Floating in the sky are these baguettes, and they actually look pretty amazing, coupled with the numerous grapes and cheese that are also floating around in the air as well. It's kind of tear-inducing, it's beautiful. This last bit at the end where there's just a hazy spiral of, oh my goodness. If you have a bread fetish, you are creaming your pants right now, mate. This is a creative use of bread. It makes me happy to see such innovation when it comes to food and video games. But keep in mind, this is the number 2 spot, which means that this isn't quite the most innovative inclusion of bread in a video game. No.
No!
We're getting to that. We've seen bread as a source of food. We've seen bread become the level. But what we haven't seen until now is bread as the main character. That is where I Am Bread comes into the spotlight, where you, yes, you are the bread, and you have to get into the toaster. Slowly, but surely, getting into that toaster, or hugging an electric heater and hoping that the bread will cook that way. Whichever way you decide, you are the bread, it's your choice. You decide how you get toasted. By making the player the bread itself, the player begins to feel a personal connection to the bread. They become the assorted array of carbohydrates and fiber, wriggling free from its firm grasp, clenched to the original loaf, then freeing itself of its oppressive chains and progressing to sublime civilization. But they are not a greedy piece of bread. No, they intend to bring their friends along with it too. This clan of potato chips will cling on to you and never let go. Like AIDS. Sure, it's tricky to control, but what do you expect? It's a piece of bread. Come on, don't take this too seriously now. The Sir Edmund Hillary of wheat products, climbing Mount Refrigerator. He's a legend to us all. Legend. And that, folks, is why you are the greatest bread in gaming.
I am MasterJakeStudios, and I promote Ned to this video.
Welcome to yet another end slate for a countdown. The third of the year. We're halfway through the year and I've only made 3 countdowns so far. That's pretty sad. However, if you want to check out more countdowns, click the link on the bottom left. On the bottom right is the revived Let's Read series. After 2 years, I've finally uploaded a new installment to that series, but this time I was reading life hacks on the internet, just really stupid ones. And of course you can click that red circle over there for a link to challenges approaching. That's pretty much it. Top 5 cheeses, probably gonna be a thing at some time in the future. Just putting that out there. Alright, goodbye. Yep.